What's up guys, Mr. Tech Hobby here, and as you can see I have changed rooms. And today on review 2 I'm going to be reviewing the GoPro Hero 5 Session, the camera I use, and a less expensive camera, the Amköv AMK7000S. I'm only going to be unboxing the GoPro because I don't have the case for the Amköv. Let's get started. We have the GoPro. Usual boxing. I'm missing the tape here. Open this up. Go. Cute compartment. Got your manuals. Quick start. And looks like stickers too. This little thing here. Get your mounts. And here is your charger. Doesn't come with a USB brick. Now to the camera. Here's the camera itself. It's in its frame right now. Open this up. Here's your camera. Also get another mount right here. And there's the GoPro. Now to the review.
To power on the Amköv, you have to hold the power button. To turn on the Wi-Fi, you press the Wi-Fi button on the side. To turn it back off, you press it again. The top button is to capture. Hold the side button to go to the settings. It has 4K 10, 2.7K 15, 1080-60, and 1080-30. 720 120 frames per second, 720 60 frames per second, VGA, 240 frames per second, 720 slow motion, and VGA slow motion. It has an image stabilizer, seamless, low light mode, and white balance. And then press the back power button to go to the next menu. It has power save, invert mode, sounds, date and time, language, TV out, light frequency, time lapse, time duration, date stamp, system, Wi-Fi password, and format. Hold the Wi-Fi button to get out. On the side it has a charging port, the SD card. This camera has a 1150 mAh battery. To go to the next option, press the power button. Hold down the Wi-Fi button to go to the settings. This camera has 20 megapixel, 16 megapixel, 12 megapixel, 8 megapixel, and 4 megapixel. It has a driver mode. You can change your exposure, white balance, and photo burst. The next menu is the same. Hold to get out, and then press again to go to your footage, and hold it down to turn off. This camera is not waterproof without a case. In the case is waterproof up to 40 meters. On the GoPro, press the bottom button to get to the menu. It has photo mode, camera settings, stabilize video, voice control, connection settings, delete files, and exit menu. Turn off camera. Press the top button to start recording. This button can also be reprogrammed to take a photo or video. When you press it again, it tells you how many videos you have, and it powers off. Press once for video, hold for 3 seconds for time lapse. This camera can only do 10 megapixel, but you can change the field of view from linear and wide. Video, time lapse, and back to photo. It also has burst photo and night photo. This has video, video plus photo, and loop. 4K, between 30 and 24 frames per second. 2.7K between 30 frames per second, 24 frames per second, and 48 frames per second. And you can change the field of view between medium, linear, super view, and wide. A different ratio. Now 1440, 30, 24, and 60 frames per second, 48 frames per second. You cannot change the field of view on 1440. 1080 has 90, 60, 48 frames per second, 30 frames per second, and 24 frames per second. The field of view is wide, medium, narrow, linear, or super view. 960, you have 30 frames, 100 frames per second, 60. You cannot change the field of view. 720 has 30 frames per second, 120 frames per second, 60 frames per second. From wide, medium, super view, there's time-lapse video, time-lapse night, and time-lapse photo. On video, you can take a photo every 0.5 seconds, 1 second, 2 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 30 seconds, 60 seconds. And you can switch between 4K, 2.7K, 4.3, and 1080. You can change the field of view between wide, medium, narrow, linear, and super view. This camera is waterproof without a case, which is a big plus. It can go up to 30 meters deep. Still works. Also, both of these cameras have a companion app on your phone, which is a big bonus for the GoPro Session because it doesn't have a screen. I would take the GoPro because it films better, but that's your choice. If you aren't looking to spend a whole lot of money, I would go with the less expensive camera.